and a lot of folks now got to have a little quick peek at what's going on in Orlando, or what's going on with that game they got to play in Orlando. Our very own Andy Staples has got a full, I think it's like a 30-minute segment that he did on yesterday's live show, talking about his experiences playing that game, breaking it down, everything you need to know. He also did a tremendous Q&A on his live show this morning. Those are both on this channel, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of the coverage around college football or college football 2025, the game that we're getting here from EA Sports. I want us to do a segment together here, taking that info from Andy that we've been able to gather, taking info from other articles we have been able to gather, and just do a what we're hearing segment, what we know segment, or we think we know around college football 25. Worth noting, since we've been on the air, the EA Sports Twitter account, YouTube account, they're saying they got a gameplay deep dive video dropping tomorrow. So we'll have some more thoughts on that when we get to next week. But here's what I would say we can confidently say after some of the folks that we trust have played this game. Again, most notably Andy Staples, that is here at On 3 with us. The vibe should be high. The vibe should be tremendously, tremendously high around this new game. Because if this game sucked, if this was just a Madden clone, as Andy Staples would say, then we would know. We would know by now, because you got people that truly care about this game the way that we care about this game that are saying, hey, it's spectacular, it's phenomenal, the gameplay is extremely realistic, the detail is ridiculous. I want to go back to that gameplay. Andy Staples talked a lot about this. The way that it plays, the concern for I think a lot of us was, is this going to just be Madden? Is it going to be just the same game as Madden but with college football jerseys? Obviously, they're both football games, so there's going to be some similarities, but the overwhelming majority is saying this game plays faster than Madden, and they talk a lot about running the ball being much more realistic in this game than it has been in previous versions of the game. Excuse me, getting choked up talking about it. What you hear a lot of is, as a running back, if you hit the hole at full speed and you're able to follow your blockers, you become rewarded for that much more than you have been in previous games. And I'll say this too, having played the running back position, timing, getting downhill, being able to move off of your blocks, reading your blocks, all those things in the actual sport of football when you play it, that's what pays dividends for you as a ball carrier. So that we're incorporating that into the game, that's massive. That's going to be phenomenal. I cannot wait for that. The read option game too, that paired with the RPO game sounds like it's going to be a lot more realistic as well. This is something Andy Staples told us, and I think he said this on his live show as well. It used to be in the read option game, you had to press X to give it to your running back. Now you press X to pull it. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, the read option. Your running back's right next to you. You're the quarterback. The running back comes across your face, and you have the ball in his belly. It's called the mesh point. During that mesh point, you look at your read defender, your run defender, whatever verbiage you want to use there. You're watching more than likely the defensive end. If he crashes and comes after the running back, you pull it. It used to be you had to not press anything to be able to pull it. Now it's much more realistic where when you press X, you pull it. And that's how it is in real life as well. You make a decision to pull the ball, because the rule in college football, or the rule in football rather, when you're coaching it up, it is a give until it's not. You're giving it to the running back unless you see something that forces you to take action or press X to pull the football. Y'all, we get 134 playbooks in this game. One for every single team. 134 unique playbooks. That's incredible. That's incredible. I read one article, I think it was from The Athletic. If you want to do that slow mesh that Wake Forest is known for in the RPO game, kind of where you put the ball in the running back's belly and you're sort of riding it to the very last second up to the line of scrimmage, and you pull it and let it go, you can do that. That's in the game. Senior quarterbacks are going to be a lot more in tune with what they're seeing on the field, as a freshman may not be as in tune, meaning you might have some keys where you can see, okay, hey, there's probably a blitz coming from there. Hey, when I go to check my play pre-snap, everything is looking as it would with the play that I selected. Instead of you have like a question mark over a receiver, you don't know what route he's running, all those things. So the realism of a real college football game and how a senior probably is a little bit more aware of the defense than a freshman would be, that's in there. Looks incredible. Andy Staples really harped on the details that we're getting in this game outside of the playbooks. This was incredible, and I was really excited to hear this one. They have unique and specific band formations for all the college football teams. So think about it this way, like Script Ohio, the Ohio State band, before the game, when you dot the I in Script Ohio, and that's like an iconic thing in college football. That's in the game. When the Vols run through the power T, that's in the game. So all those things being in the game makes me feel a lot of confidence with the way that the designers put it together. Student sections in the right place. You got Ralphie that runs across the field for the Colorado game. You got Penn State, the wideout that's in the game. Like, all these things are put together to where you're like, okay, they really put a lot of thought and detail into this sport, which is really what makes college football unique, I think, to any other sport in existence. The pageantry, the tradition that each different school has, and the fact they captured that. This is going to be a movie. Now, Dynasty mode was something that we were all concerned about and wondering about and had questions about. Sounds like there is a lot of emphasis on roster management. So you can recruit the portal after you finish up your season. However, just like in real life, if you recruit the portal heavily, you have less time to recruit the high school level as heavily. So you kind of have to make some business decisions, scholarship decisions at that level as well. The NIL side of things, I don't believe NIL verbiage is actually in the game. The thing they talk about is brand awareness. So brand awareness points is kind of the equivalent of NIL in this game. And the level of school that you have impacts the conversations you can have on those fronts. So I'm recruiting a high school player. If I am a G5 school, I can't give as many brand awareness points, don't have as many brand awareness points to work with as maybe a P4 blue blood kind of school. NFL exposure also matters in recruiting here. That's in the game. Road to Glory kind of made some waves the other day, and I want us to talk about this for a quick second. All the cool features are there. It sounds like it really takes into account the real day-to-day of a student-athlete, because academics is something you have to balance. You have to manage the NIL side of things or brand awareness side of things, have to manage your training, have to manage your being able to make sure that you are ready for Saturday, ready for class, all those things. The big thing people got upset about, though, Road to Glory in this game does not start at the high school level. Because remember, in NCAA 14 in previous games, you would play, I think your senior season, you'd get offers from that and you'd go play wherever you want to play. At first, there was a like, oh man, that's a bummer. But as you really think about it, like, was that not just sort of a waste of time? Like, if you wanted to take your quarterback to Oregon State or you wanted to take your quarterback to Tulane, was that not already something you were going to do? Did you really need to play a handful of high school games to go and get that done? No, you didn't. So I think all this outrage about them not having the high school level available in Road to Glory, it's ridiculous. Like, we got Road to Glory. You're going to pick your school. We're going to go play the college career. And that's really what this whole thing is about to begin with. So Road to Glory, no, there's no high school in it. Who cares? Who really cares? It's college football 25, not high school and college football 25. So I'm all about it. Last thing I'll say, feel very encouraged that we have college football junkies putting this thing together. Because let's call a spade a spade. You could have minimal detail in a game like this and just throw it out there. It could have been a Madden clone. You could have had pretty much standard playbooks across the board, and we would have still bought the game. We would have still, frothed at the mouth, waited in lines overnight to get this game. Why? Because we haven't had it in forever. Because we're college football psychopaths, and we haven't had our college football game in greater than 10 years. So they didn't have to put this attention into the game to make it incredible. But the fact that they did makes me feel really, again, encouraged about the folks behind closed doors, behind the curtain, that are making this game so detailed and so specific and realistic to college football the way that we love it. So excited about this game. Again, deep dive, it sounds like, dropping tomorrow on the EA Sports or College Football 25 YouTube channel, wherever they're releasing that. We'll have some more thoughts on this as we continue to move forward closer and closer to July 19th, that fateful release day. And I know y'all are fired up about it too, so we appreciate y'all being dialed in. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.